there and go all the way through. And then up in the other corner, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pre-drill. This is a place where I like it. Yeah, using the T-part, putting holes in it and going to make it weaker. But we'll see, if I have to, I gotta rebuild the mast. You can already see the line around there, and then cover the whole thing. When we drill the other hole, we're just in place. So when we drill that second hole, cut off so we can put it into a drill. Going on, get about 3/4 of the way cut. Grind it down. Oh, let's do a little side view like that. So if I ever have to grab them, twist them, and tape around the edges, and a little bit around, you need to get something to mix it with now. Totally. Megatron number 1. Jesus, Harley. Then we'll take the same load in here. It's about the same size blob, and then 24 hours later, I think 1 would be a hardener because it's the more less viscosity. You know what? I kind of like it because it looks like anything I've seen on top of a sailboat, a real sailboat, but see how I'm doing from the outside in. Now I know it's starting to kick because it's not. That's what you're looking for. If you should always mix your stuff with glue is not dry yet. This damn thing is wiggling around on me. Do on these joining surfaces of the new to the GoPro scene. So basically, I'm gonna let that sit and cure. It's gonna be really professional. Once it dries, we'll come back. But now I've returned. Hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome to my channel. Still don't have a name for my channel. I'm trying to think of something cool. I was thinking of MTRC, but it just sounds like empty, like an empty cup. So like empty RC. This I have no sustenance with my RCing. I'm just empty. So I don't like that too much. So I don't know. What should I call my channel? That'd be kind of cool. Let you guys decide. What I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna do a little bit of repair to the mainstay, my aft stay holder bracket thingy on my sailboat, my 32-inch Victor Soling yacht that I have. It's I tightened it up too much and popped my little brass tang out of the mast. So this will be the 3rd time that I've attempted to repair this. The first time I used some contact cement, that broke off. The second time I used some stronger contact cement, that just broke. So this time I'm gonna try to put 2 pins. I'm gonna drill through and put 2 pins and then smother the whole thing with Pegatonk, because I've been using it a lot on some stuff, and it's turning out to be, after it's cured, it's like the strongest part of my build. It makes everything else the weakest link. So if it breaks again this time, I'm going to redesign the whole mast. But hopefully we don't have to go that far. Hopefully I can just get it on there. So I'm going to bring the boat down and get it onto the desk. And then we can figure out how the hell we're going to get the camera. Here she comes. Dun, 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 dun. You can tell it was supposed to be red, but I didn't like the red. I painted it red. It was red on the box, and I wanted to make it like the box. Well, shit, I still can't reach it when it's up there. I'm gonna have to put this on the floor. Okay, yeah, we'll put it on the floor, and then we can put the camera. Leave the camera where fuck it is. Alright. Also made stands for it. Of course. Okay, so got interrupted by a phone call. Had to take that. Where I was at was after I built the yacht, I had nothing to hold it up on, so I'd have to take the keel off of it every damn time, and that was a pain in the ass because you have to take the mast off and all the rigging. So then I built these stands. They're super light ply. This isn't balsa. I forgot what kind of wood it was, but built them. And the cross members aren't for show. They're actually pre-drilled. I drilled at an angle and then shove a rod through and then drill through an angle down there as well. Shove the rod all the way through so it's stiff and sturdy. It won't tilt or flex. The only thing is I'm going to make wider feet to go on the bottom because when I'm out at the lake, it will let the boat tip over. So, and then I put a little bit of padding on the top there so I don't get any rash on the hull. And that seems to work pretty good. So, let me give you a little show of what we got going on here. I forgot the name of this part, but what it does is it's bending down, so it needs to stay up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a tiny hole right there and go all the way through, and then up in the other corner another tiny hole, go all the way through, put something in there like a paper clip, cut it flush, grind it flush, and then encase the whole thing in Pegatonk. So what I want to do now is I'm going to pre-drill my hole, and let's put it somewhere where you can see. I don't know. Maybe I can put the camera to where you'll be able to see. Oh, well, I take this box and I put this box here, like that, and put that on there. Perfect. So I've already got my right size drill, and then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work this around till it's at a place where I like it. Yeah, that 2-part epoxy I used before was old and it's still pliable, and that's not right. It should be stiff. So that's pretty much how I want that to sit. So now I drill. It's such a thin piece of wood, and putting holes in it, I'm gonna make it weaker. But if I cover it up in some Pegatonk, who knows? We'll see. If I have to, I gotta rebuild the mast. You can already see down here, I was walking through the door and snapped the mast in two. So I glued the mast together and then wrapped some twine, some baling twine around there, and then covered the whole thing in epoxy. And it's that hardened nice. I don't know why. And that's the same epoxy I used up here. I don't know why that didn't harden. So here we go. That's a little aggressive. There's one hole. So what we'll do to keep it from walking when we drill the other hole is we'll just put a temporary pin in there, which is an Allen key. And then you'll see I've got the Allen key is in there holding it in place, so when we drill that second hole, she doesn't move. I'm staggering the holes. Make sure I don't miss the... There we go. Boom. That is the hardest part. Now, I just have to find something I want to stick in there forever. Which is a paper clip. I can't find any of my paper clips. So, what I'm going to use then, instead, since that fits so good, I'm going to use, if I can get it out of the damn thing, I got another piece of Allen that I had cut off so I could put it into a drill when I was doing the rims on the 24, because God, they were a pain in the ass. So I know I can cut that right about there. We're going to put on the cutting wheel onto the Dremel. Get rid of the drill bit. Yeah. I use a carbon cutting wheels. I don't use those small discs for the Dremel. You put one on, before you even start cutting, you break it. So you put another one on, and as soon as you start cutting, you break it. You put the third one on, you get about 3/4 of the way through your cut, and you break it. So I use these carbon ones, which are pretty durable, and they're like a grinding wheel. They're really good. So we're going to take that, raise it up a little bit. There's one. There's one. And we stick the next one in its hole. And see, now that's not gonna move. We stick the other one in and grind it down. That's the other one. Oh, got another phone call. Okay, there, we're back now. So, let's do a little side view so you can see here. What I've done now is I've drilled 2 staggered holes and put the Allen through, trim the Allen up, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna leave those sticking out a little bit like that, so if I ever have to grab them, twist them, and pull them out again, I can. I'm not gonna cut them flush. All I'm gonna do now is mix up some Pegatonk and do a coating around the edges and a little bit around each pin there. I could just put some super glue and call it a day, but I really like working with this stuff, and I don't get to work with it a lot, and when I do, it kind of smells like smells like the back end of a horse. Where was I at? So I need to get something to mix it with now. I'm totally unprepared. I got a screw here. No, it's got wax all over it. Here goes another screw. So, what I do here, let's get this down on top here so you see what we're doing. Here's a plate. We've got Pegatonk number 1. Jesus, Harley. Mix that up really good. Sorry about my dog. He's 13 years old and he's got some respiratory issues. We keep taking him back to the vet and they don't know what's going on with him. So that's about all I'm going to use for that. That's a good amount.
Then I'm gonna come put the lid on that bad boy. Take this screw, put it somewhere it's not gonna make a mess. And we'll take jar number 2. Get up in there. Jar number 2. And we'll take the same, well, we'll get in here and mix this up. This stuff's a lot more thick. A lot more thick, a lot thicker. It's a lot thicker. I'm gonna stir it up a little bit. Take that. That's about the same size glob. Now it's more closer to the same size glob. It's best to do this inside. We have the AC on, because I noticed when I was doing it outside. Alright, so I'm gonna spin this off of here like that. There we go. Take this nail, get rid of it. Kind of swirl it around some, and then scrape from the outside back in to the pile. Swirl it around some more. It does take a while to cure. It takes a couple hours to set, and then 24 hours later she's cured. So you have plenty of time to work with it. It's just not going to kick off on you. I'm not sure if 1 is the hardener or 2 is the hardener. I think 1 would be the hardener because it's the more liquidy. I think number 2 is the actual epoxy, and then the number 1 is the hardener, because number 1's liquidy. It's thinner, less viscosity. I don't know, whatever the hell you want to say it. Alright, so that's pretty good mixed up. Now I'm going to take just a spot of Gorilla Glue, now that I'm thinking, onto these points here, just so they don't move while I'm pasting them. Let's do a spot there, spot there, wipe off the excess, spot there, and a spot there. You know what? I kind of like it because it looks, I don't know what it looks like. Looks like hardware. Doesn't look like anything I've seen on top of a sailboat, a real sailboat, but here in the scale world. So we'll let that dry. And mixing up our Peggy Tonky there. And see how I'm going from the outside in. Do that really well. And I think I'm pretty sure everybody knows how to mix up some epoxy. Now I know it's starting to kick because it's not adhering to the plate anymore. If you see, as I'm swirling it around, it's starting to collect on itself. That's what you're looking for. You should always mix your stuff on a wax surface if you can. These plates make really good mixing platforms. So now I know that's good. Now it's adhering to itself. My super glue is not dry yet. Come here. Just the damn thing is wiggling around on me. Put some there. Run it down the side. Right there. And then also, I want to do on these joining surfaces of the brass and the wood to make sure can you guys see that? Why can't I see anything? Is it even recording? Jesus. This is my first GoPro. I'm new to the GoPro scene. Oh, buddy. That's getting sloppy. That is not professional. Okay. Yep. That is not working too well. Hello.
Hi.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
We're re-gluing my mast back together because it's getting windy out. Wow. So Pegatonk makes super glue kick super fast. Did you know that? That is crazy. So we learned something today. So basically I'm going to let that sit and cure. It's going to be ugly, but I can grind it all down and paint it. So that's going to be rock hard. Excuse me. That's going to be rock friggin' hard here when we come back from dinner. Hey. Hope I didn't catch that on camera. Gonna have to edit some of that out. Yep. Alright, cool. So, we'll get that all nice and tight. Grind it down, clean it up. Make it look professional. Once it dries, we'll come back and I'll show you how I do all that. Okay. See you later. Alright, so here is a bit of a close-up of our final product. Maybe a little bit finer sanding down, but she's covered with Pegatonk. I did wind up grinding the pins down. Just wanted to look more slipstring, and I was worried that my telltale might come around and catch on it. So I went ahead and grinded them down. And this is so I know which way the wind is approaching the boat, so I can get a more optimal line. But yeah, came out okay. A little bit of touch up to do, but she's structurally sound now. That will never come loose again, which I'm pretty happy about. Alright, for some reason I've lost the thing. There she goes. Looking pretty good.